noticed quite a few comments more recently, and I've started going down that dark path again. Dark path, you see, right behind me, of leaving just stupid comments. So I just wanted to say, if you're feeling that way, please just flip it around. Don't think you've got to spread your negativity. Don't think that there aren't tons of other people feeling the same way as you. But we just don't go around trying to spread our negativity. In fact, what we personally do is try and spread some positivity. So yeah, maybe you've not got that message, but yeah, this channel is all about positivity. And that doesn't mean we're ignoring all the negative things in the world. It just means that we're trying to lighten it up, for want of a better expression.
Well, this is just a very quick one today. We're trying out something new. So you know we really like our Philly cheesesteak sandwiches. We have Naked Glory no beef strips. So I've got everything ready to go. Got the cheese, the steak, and my veggies, some cheesy gnocchi which I got from the UK, which I'm just so excited about, and 2 lovely freshly baked part-baked baguettes. So yeah, so I'm literally going to just chuck these in the frying pan, and then pop them in a bun and see what John thinks. Well, looks good enough to start off with, doesn't it? Look at that. Nice. And some cheesy gnocchi. You really wouldn't believe at the looks of things that was vegetarian meat replacement. That looks really good. Truth is in the eating with Mr. Fussy Bum though. Let's see.
It looks the part.
Does it now? My God. I've not even had a bite yet and I can't wait. I want to get in. Look. Good stuff.
Oh yeah.
Well.
Oh no. A little bit of a project going on today. I've taken the end piece off there and the bit of the cover there, because we've got these little speakers, and the speakers were actually placed up there, but we kept stuffing things in the corner and they weren't good. And the speakers that are down there, they're pretty naff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount that in there with a grill over the front, which will give us speakers just there. So the next little modification I'm doing is I'm putting a 12-volt socket up here in the top corner, because this is where I edit videos all the time. So rather than stretching it across the van, because normally what I do is sit there and it plugs in down there, the back of the battery socket. So I've run a cable and I'm going to run it up there, and I'll put my 12-volt socket in there so I can just plug the laptop straight into there. So all kind of neat in the same area. Obviously once I've done the speaker and everything in this side, then I will obviously move over and do the same. But as you can see, Mandy stuffed a coat on there. That's where the speaker is. But yeah, the van's obviously noisy at the top as we go down the road. This makes a little bit of a wind noise and all that. So the more we can get sound in that area, which is obviously just near where our heads are going to be with the headrest, hopefully that will just allow us to hear the music better and drown out a little bit more with all the noise everywhere. So there we go, all nicely done inside there. And that's all done. And that's reading different amps and voltages and everything like that. 5.1 volts, which is a USB. And if you pull it out, plug it back in, it should read the battery voltage. There you go, 13.5. So that's that little job done. It's going to make my life lots better for plugging in power for my MacBook when I edit and work. Now it's time to sort the speaker out. So I'm really happy about the way that they've turned out. It's something that's been on my list for ages, maybe a year. So So yeah, it's all about the fact that if all we've got is door speakers in the van, there's nothing higher up. I don't think they even put tweeters in the dash. So I've been an interesting morning. I'll shut myself up now. So putting these up there means you get a bit more sort of sound around your ears. So, and it also gets rid of the other noises that are around your ears from the back of the van and stuff like that. So yeah, really happy about that one. Sound good. Look all right. Quite pleased with the way they look. Got Mandy's seal of approval. But you know.
Well, what else would you need?
Yeah, what else would you need? And this is brilliant. So that's actually got a little bit of a leaky pipe there. And look at what this has created overnight. Look at that, it's astonishing. How cool is that? All from the fact that is spraying out water a little bit. Oh yeah, got ice on the top and the inside of the van, and the towel was stuck to it.
Me fluffy bed jumper.
Oh no way. Yeah, we've been having lots of moisture issues. We've turned the van round so that the sun cooks the van during the day, warms it up, and we've got these little pockets, moisture pocket things that are put in there. But yeah, it's just a difficult one right now, trying to keep everywhere. Yeah, that's frozen up there as well, isn't it?
Let it go.
Oh dear me. So there's not a lot you can do for that, unfortunately. Either whap the heating on full time or place nothing in the cupboards, so you got more airflow around them. You have to maybe try that one out here for now until things warm up again. It has been massively cold overnight, -6 I think it was when we got up this morning.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But yeah, we've got condensation in the well, I'll show you the boot in a bit anyway, because we need to reorganise the boot. So we've been having a few issues with damp. You can see condensation on the back there. So definitely not good. I mean, it's not bad, but see it on there as well. The other day this was frozen, so we've been using these little sachets in there. They don't seem to be absorbing that much moisture right now. So but you can see on the floor it's gone a bit mouldy, and I've been using that cloth to wipe it up, so you can see there that it's not great. You can really tell how cold it's getting in there. Then if we open up my tools, everywhere misses. It's just condensation on all the metal, so it's all sopping wet through, which isn't going to help everything, because it's going to mean everything turns a bit rusty. That's yeah, that's disappointing. So I bought these rubber back mats to protect the floor a little bit, stop things from sliding around, and obviously the wet is now underneath the floor. So that is the heater vent that comes more or less straight out the back of the diesel heater, which is just on the other side of there. So there's going to be a lot of heat coming through there. So I'm trying to think now, basically what I need to do is put stuff around the middle, but make sure that the air from that can flow around, and make sure nothing solid's put on the floor so that it gets damp underneath it. So it's going to be a challenge, but yeah, there you go. If you wanted to know what the boot looks like, we've got a bit of storage there, a bit of storage there, and a bit of storage up there, and that's the jack and stuff like that. There we go. So we've cleared off the back now, so all the way down the back there it can blow through and blow around the doors, and again around the other door, and then there's a hole in the middle there. So that's where the vent is. MOT time! It'll pass.
I know. I just can't help it. I've had so many old bangers over the years that it's like natural to get nervous, isn't it?
I've been underneath, I've done all the usual things that I can do, so I'm quite confident it's going to pass. And we're off out to do a bit of shopping, all that kind of stuff, make the most of our one journey out for the next couple of weeks or so.
Yeah, it's nice to get it all done at the same time and get some gas and all the other things.
All them things. Although, update on the gas usage, I reckon we've used about 3 or 4 needles worth since we filled up 2 weeks ago, because all we're now using it for is cooking.
Yeah.
And a bit of hot water. So
it's definitely
Well,
lasted
that's
much
what-
longer and everything, isn't it? No, that's been a real big turnaround. At least it's not that big a deal now.
And yes, I have got the bits to finish the diesel heater install. So thanks for everyone that mentioned about the turret plate. Got one of them. I've obviously had to buy a bigger drill to drill out the floor. Don't tell Mandy. And the smooth pump, quiet pump, should be with us today.
Ooh, exciting!
So, and I've also decided I'm going to tap into the main Fiat Ducato fuel tank. Not run it for the back anymore because it looks like Boris might be letting us out soon.
Yes.
So I thought, well, if we're going to be let out soon, just get things done.
And I suppose knowing as well how little fuel the van used when we were using it for charging,
Yeah,
means because we were worried about having both things reliant on the diesel that's in the tank.
yeah,
But going out and getting diesel is a trip down the road, whereas going out and getting LPG is a 25-mile
Yeah.
trip, isn't it? So,
yeah. And the
so,
other
yeah.
thing, it's going to get warmer. It's got warmer over the last couple of weeks.
Oh,
So less diesel required, hopefully. It's 8 degrees right now, and it feels like summertime.
summertime. And that's the big thing. And I can't believe it going from like -6 one day
Yeah.
to 11 degrees the next day. That's ridiculous change in temperature.
Crazy.
Crazy.
So yeah, off on our little travels, and then back to base.
Back to base.
I'll
After
give
going
you-
and hitting the shops up and trying to buy things food-wise that uses up the rest of the meat that's in the van. So I've got
Yes.
no meat in the van ready
For
for our
March.
meat-free March.
Yeah. Yay! Ah. I mean, I wasn't worried anyway, but you know what it's like. MOT time. So, yep, all done. Another year. Although, I think with what happened this time, we'll probably go for another MOT around about June time. So, from that point on, it's always due in June, which means we can stay longer if, you know, we get back to normal and stay longer in Spain, France, Southern Europe, where it's warm over winter. Come back to the UK for kind of like April time, and then sometime after that get an MOT and then go exploring. But yeah, for now, woohoo! Pretty cool though, seeing it all done. I didn't realise there was automatic machines that did the steering and jacked it all out and that. So yeah, pretty cool. And obviously we had a chat with the guy as well, checked it all out, and he was very happy about the tyres passing the MOT and headlamps and bulbs and all that kind of stuff. No problem whatsoever. And they were all having a look around the van, all quite impressed and everything. But obviously I have to note that I filmed all that before he did the MOT. So I had a bit of a chat with him and everything like that. Paid for a bit of extra time to film it before the MOT because you're not allowed to film the MOT. So it was very stringent on that one. So just to let you know. Now Mandy's doing some weird shit that I don't appreciate, but you guys will.
You said a swear word.
Oh yeah?
Oh!
Never mind.
I'm going into mad coffee scientist mode.
Yeah.
Our wonderful daughter bought me one of these.
Oh, so like a...
reusable coffee pod.
Okay.
So instead of going through these, which you
Okay.
use and then you empty the coffee out of and recycle,
Yeah.
I can obviously keep using this so I don't have to worry about it, because normally you can get ground coffee everywhere.
Yeah.
I found, and after much Googling, that most ground coffee is too coarse. So when you try and pack that full of coarse ground coffee, there's not enough coffee in, so it gives you like wishy-washy coffee. So the finer your grinds are, the more you fit in, the more surface area gets coffee and water and stuff mixing,
Yeah.
and the stronger your coffee is.
So you've had a coffee out of that?
Yeah, that I had a coffee
Yep.
and drank it, of course, 'cause I'm not wasting it,
Right, okay then.
and then emptied it out,
And you've had a coffee out
and
of
then
that
I've had a
one
coffee with this one. That one was in here.
Right, okay.
And that one was this coffee that I bought today,
Okay.
which is supposed to be the finest grind that you can get.
No. Like we just said though, that looks, there's loads more coffee there than there is there. So they're managing to squeeze coffee in
more coffee in, which is obviously making it stronger because it's pushed through at high pressure. So I've got to up my coffee game. So John came in and found me trying to figure out if I'm doing this right, because you get these cool little things. So you pop your capsule down. Yeah. That pops on top, so there's no gap in there at all.
Okay.
You then spoon your coffee in.
Yeah.
And then you have a little damper. And then you go.
All right.
And you tamp it right down.
Okay.
And then you take your fingy off. And put your lid on. And then pop it in your machine.
And you said you've tried doing that before, but...
I think the first time I did it, I put way too much coffee in. So even at that, was it 1.9 bar or something it chucks out? It couldn't get through. It literally just kept giving me all the warning flashing lights and things. So I've got to try and find the sweet spot, because I need more coffee than that, because although, excuse the rings round, that's how many coffees I've had. Although that is a nice coffee, it could be a little bit stronger. It's not quite strong enough. Okay.
So once you've got the mix right, you'll report your findings back.
I will report my findings back.
You're wearing a white lab coat.
I've got one in storage.
Oh, there you go.
I've got my Rocky Horror gear, haven't I? I'll put my lab coat on.
Watch this space.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
Yes. Stickers are back in stock. So we've got all the different ones, the Cooper one, the Gadget John, and the new John and Mandy one. Which brings us to a little point, I guess. Why did we change to John and Mandy? Well, originally it started off as the Gadget John channel, which is still in existence. I just don't really post that much there. So when we started to go out in our camper van, it was Gadget John on tour.
Because at that point I didn't do anything.
You were there, but
I was, but I didn't talk on camera, I didn't participate. No, I wasn't particularly interested at that point.
No. But as times changed and Mandy got more involved, we decided that it was a bit strange that Mandy wasn't involved in the channel name, so that's why we just changed it to John and Mandy on Tour, so it wasn't such a big change for people.
Yeah.
And that is, I guess you could say that's why we've just dropped the on tour, so it's not a big change. Wanted to get everything covered, really. Wanted to get a more of a generalisation rather than it's all about van life. Yeah.
So what you're going to get? Us.
Yeah. Us.
Basically.
Us.
And a cup.
And now and again, me.
Yeah. Yes.
So the other thing we wanted to talk about as well was the fact that we obviously love doing our live streams, but we appreciate that we don't get to everybody's question or comment.
No, so it was I think both times. I think the first time I had a little bit of a out of the two recent ones. Yeah. The first one I thought I had a little bit of a way to get around it, and I thought I'd write all the questions down that came in first, or at least we could do that, and I could be doing. And then there was just so many wonderful questions and so much banter. I've I've gone through to pick up some of the ones that we know that we didn't get to, and reading all the banter that's in there is amazing. Quite fun, isn't it? It's great because all of the people that we've met before are there. There's loads of people who obviously we've not met, but other people have. And then people are answering questions for other people. So people that may be new to the channel are asking questions, and then people that have been watching us for ages are answering, and just seeing that, and it's just like, I love it. I've been laughing my head off. It's been it's been brilliant. It's no wonder that we actually miss things, because if I'm too busy laughing at the banter that's in there, things do slip through the net a little bit. So sorry if we didn't get your question. We've written some down. Yeah.
So, here's a good one. Why doesn't Mandy drink filtered coffee and save on electric? Well, that's a really, really easy one. Electric is free in our van because we collect it from the sun and when we drive down the road. Whereas to boil a kettle via gas would cost us money in gas that we have to go and buy.
And normally you have to heat up a lot more water than you actually need, so it's more water efficient using the coffee maker as well. And I've also been asked what coffee maker I've got, so I didn't prepare for this. It's one of the
linked on our website.
Ones. It's on the website.
To be accurate, the newer version of it is linked on our website.
Yeah, because the one that I've got in the van at the minute, is 10 years old. It's doing really well. You just have to look after it like nicely and descale it every now and again and what have you. But yeah, obviously they don't sell that. They don't sell that anymore.
So to find out where to look at Mandy's coffee maker or its modern equivalent is johnandmandy.uk/motorhome, and then you'll find all the things that we really love and are happy to share with other people that we think you'd like to go and buy or whatever.
Absolutely, because we've had some people asking us for the smallest things that they've noticed when we've been doing the videos and things. So anything that we've either been asked before or that we think people might want to buy as well is on there. So there's some random things and there's some really good things. You'll see a lot in there. So yeah, it's good stuff.
I've taken the stickers off a few days ago because obviously we're waiting for the new ones to be printed. So I'll put the sticker pack available to buy on there now. And these, just to talk about these while we're talking about that, are we doing it? Are we not? Somebody sent some samples over, you see. So we were thinking, we bought one ages ago. And they're actually our stickers stuck on. If you are interested in some beautiful enamelled mugs, then we can make those available on the website too.
Yes.
Just let us know down below if you're interested
or anything.
Someone's asked, do we use a pub app?
Do we use a pub app?
No, we just find a pub and then go and ask them. Obviously the days when pubs are open, hopefully they'll be back soon.
Oh, it'd be so exciting.
But yeah, generally in the direction of travel we're heading, we shall find a pub, park up, usually a non-chainy pub, but now and again we have stopped. Where was the one we did at the NEC? Was a good one, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a vintage pubs.
Yeah, and we tried Brewers Fair as well. I think
yeah,
there's
Brewers
another
Fair.
one.
There was the Beefeater as we were on our way down south when we sold the house.
Oh yeah, so there
that
you
was
go.
a good one. So you just have to ask them. A lot of the time they really don't mind.
Yep.
I mean, Brit Stops is a great book.
Coop.
It's Coop, yeah. Brit Stops is a great book, and they're doing really good things. But we found that there's lots of gaps in it, and if you're in a gap, just go and ask them. Go and ask them anyway, because a lot of them you want your business, don't they? So.
Yep. And another one, I guess this is for me as well.
Yes.
Why isn't our new router and our new Wi-Fi in the van and everything 5G? I've said this to a lot of people in the comments. 5G is for urban areas only. It requires many more transmitters. The distance it can transmit to a mobile phone is far shorter. Therefore, as people who like to go and explore, it's absolutely useless to us. So that's why we don't bother with 5G. Oh, there you go. That's definitely for you.
And the one after it is as well, if you want to go all sexist on me. That was not a dig.
Oh, okay.
How much of a sewing stash do I have in the van? After weighing it all, hardly anything. I keep I've got some of the little fixed pockets, and I've just got a few bits of fat quarters of fabrics, and I have a Ziploc bag that's just got different coloured threads in, needles, pins, all of the little bits, a bit of elastic and stuff that I know that we're going to use. Because how much did it weigh? 15 kilos.
I think it was close to 15 kilos with everything.
Was my sewing gear, because I kept all my fabric in there. There was everything and
little
everything.
handheld sewing machine as well, wasn't
yeah,
it?
with that little handheld sewing machine in there. So yeah, it was a lot of weight for something just in case I needed it, really. So
and now on to the sexist question. Oh, I'm offended.
Right, John, what do you do about ironing in the van?
Well, it's the same actually for Mandy.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't.
We don't. We buy things that don't need ironing.
Yeah. So a lot of people say, what's this brand wear that I wear? And Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, he also wears this. And
Under Armour, yes.
they pay him. I don't get paid. But it's warm in winter, cool in summer, and it doesn't need ironing. Straight out the tumble dryer. Because obviously, we live in our van full time. We use laundry services as we travel around, so it's literally chuck it in the washer.
It's actually better
than
having it in the house, because in the house we'd only dry like underwear and towels and stuff, wouldn't we? Whereas everything now comes out crispy and ready to wear again.
Indeed.
But yeah.
So yeah, don't do ironing.
No, and we didn't in the house much either. I've got straighteners if I need to iron the collar of John's shirt, and he can just wear a jumper over the top. It'd be fine.
Next question we missed as well was, what is your most expensive item? I'd say the van.
In the van, you banana. In the van.
You.
I resemble that remark. How dare you? I would honestly say, and I bet every single person watching would agree with me, you are the most expensive item, sweetheart. It is not me.
I might spend money, but I don't spend it on myself.
You still spend it. You are still expensive.
Okay then.
And apart from that, those two very obvious answers, and we'll take Koopy out of the situation as well. What's the most expensive thing we've added to the van?
Lithium batteries.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And 900 quid each, or thereabouts, 800 quid each. So, yeah. Ouch. Right, so the other thing I wanted to say is, obviously it was nice to have the little banter and chat and everything with you on the live streams, and nice to see all the new subscribers on there as well.
Yep, there was loads of people saying new to your channel, just watching the back catalogue. So hello to everybody who we've not said hello to on a video before now. Welcome to the channel. Please feel free to go and have a look at all the stuff that we've been doing. Are you mocking me, Mr. Gadget? Oh my goodness. There might just be one of us in the next video. I'll just put that out right now. That one might be gone. For being sassy. Mr. Sassy Pants.
Anyway.
But yes, thank you everybody who's joined us recently. Yeah, welcome.
Yep.
Hope you like it.
So yeah, we did cover it on the live stream ever so slightly, but a few weeks back I decided that I'm quite happy with most of the meat-free meals that Mandy comes up with. So we're talking the Naked Glory. Don't ever Google
it at work
without the word on the end of it. The Naked Glory mince, the new beef pieces, and their burgers as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
And then Richmond do some nice meat-free sausages.
They are the best. I actually buy them instead of any meaty sausages now because I think they're better.
Yeah. So with that said, I know you guys are going to know loads more than we do about what products, but our daughter is also vegan and knows loads of other products that we could try. And I thought, as you know, that my favourite meal is gammon. It would be a right laugh to see me eat no meat for a March. So I came up with Meatless March. That's about it, isn't it?
That's pretty much it.
I live in a van, so I like the fact that we don't have that much an impact on the environment, and I would like to do a better job if I can. And I'd like to try different foods, and if there is something better than frying a big fat steak where you get steak juice all over the van and all that kind of stuff, where you get the same flavour and it tastes the same, then why not?
He says, if you cook.
Well, yeah, maybe I will.
Yeah,
Maybe I will.
Yeah. Although for me, it is all of John's reasons, and it's the ethical side of things as well, because there are things that do bother me a little bit, and I think we've already started eating less meat, haven't we? Just because it's things, and because I do the shopping and the cooking, so John literally has no choice at all. However, like I say, always up for trying new things and doing some vegetarian one-pan meals. It's going to be really exciting, and you will see a significant difference between the two plates that go out, because mine's going to have a lot more colour in it than John's, I should think. But I will be trying to convince him that there are more vegetables than he's already eating.
Yeah.
And we'll do that. He's very good. He's such a good sport because he's always been so fussy with food, and it's just been since you were a kid, hasn't it? It's just been one of those things. So now he's a big boy and he'll try all sorts of new things. So
there we go, really. Find out what happens over the next couple of weeks. Hopefully we get a bit of feedback from you.
Yes, and ideas and stuff, as John said.
And then find out in March, which is 13 days away.
No.
Oh, it's February. It's a short month.
It's 10 days away, babe.
10 days.
Got 10 days to eat all that meat in the fridge.
Right then. Well, that said, we'd best be off.
Yeah, go eat some meat.
Yep. That's what she said. Oh dear. Say bye, Mandy.
Bye, Mandy.
See you next week.
Bye.
I have to say, you can't beat a good sausage in a muffin.
You're filthy.
Now get that in your mouth.
Get that in my mouth.